From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz
Yes.
and Mocha.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Ready to go.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That's amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. You wouldn't say that to your mama, so why us?
Deepa's here again with a handful of DMs.
Handful of DMs. Deepa, what do we got going on in the DMs today? What do people want to know? What are they asking?
Okay, before I get to that, can I share something with you?
Sure.
I think I've been spending way too much time with both of you because now I dream about you two.
Oh, no.
And I had a dream about you two last night.
You haven't been spending enough time with us to know that I have zero interest in hearing about people's
What are you
dreams.
talking about? This could be the best,
Is
most
it though?
exciting
Is
dream.
it? Okay.
In my opinion,
Okay.
yes.
Yep, go ahead. Okay, give us
Okay.
the best exciting dream. Here we
So
go.
basically, we finished wrapping, recording everything. And I was like, hey, I'm late. I need a ride. And then Roz was like, okay, I'm dropping Mocha off. I'll give you a ride. And I was like, great. So then Mocha lives in the complete opposite direction that I need to go to. Anyway, we're walking to your car, and it was like a black pickup truck.
Uh-huh.
And it was raining outside. And we talked about this, and I think psychologically, I was thinking about this. You took off your flip-flops, and you started just walking in the wet dirt. And I was like, Roz, you have shoes. Why don't you wear it? And you're like, I like my feet wet. And then we went into your car.
Yeah.
And then you drove me to Mocha's house, which is so far from where I live. And I was like, wait, I need to get home. He's like, no, you get off in Mocha's house. And then you just left me there. And then I woke up and I was like, that's not nice.
Okay, again,
So
right?
there you
This
go.
is why you don't tell your dreams to people. Your dreams are only interesting to you.
No, I have questions about your dream now.
Your dreams are only interesting to
When
you.
we got
Mocha's interested.
into Roz's truck,
Yes.
right? So Roz is sitting driver's seat.
Yes.
And then who was sitting middle? Who was sitting passenger?
You were in your shotgun,
Uh-huh.
and I was alone in the back. So
Okay.
it was just the three of us, three amigos, just
Okay.
driving to each other's houses.
So then what? So he dropped both of us off at my place?
At your place, and then
And
I
then,
was left stranded.
Now I'm your responsibility?
No one.
Or you're my
I
responsibility?
was my own responsibility at that point. I had to find my way home.
See?
Then I woke up.
Okay,
So
yeah.
That's so mean, Roz.
Great dream.
It was
oh my God.
unexpected.
Oh, so riveting.
yeah, right.
Riveting.
Yo, guys,
Yo.
can I tell you, the other night I had a dream.
Oh, for God's sake.
Can we talk about dreams?
No, we're not
Yes,
talking.
yes. I want to hear it. I would love to
Because you
hear
know how
it.
much I stan Drake, right?
Yes.
And I check his IG anytime. I have notifications turned on because anytime he puts something on stories or he posts a picture, I need to know if it's related to the album Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had a dream the other day that Drake and I were hanging out and we were getting along great.
Wow.
And then he was like, yo, I'm going to give you my number. And you and your family should come kick it at my place sometime. And I was like, cool, that's amazing. And he said at the time in the dream that night he was throwing a party. And maybe because the Billboard Awards recently happened
Yep.
and he had that big party at the football stadium, which is part of the reason why I had the dream. And he gave me his number. And you know what? His phone number?
Yeah.
It's not like an area code that you would typically have. It was a 1-866 number.
Wow. The
Give you a
Drake
toll-free
hotline.
number? Yeah.
Did you call it? Did you call it when you woke up? You totally should have called it.
No, all I remember was 1-866.
Oh.
Because he texted me because he was like, I'm going to text you from my number.
Yeah.
And then you just hit me back and I'll send you the address.
Yeah. And you never.
I can't remember what happened.
Okay.
Do you know what's so funny about this? How you're waiting for
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
No, this makes sense. He has dreams about people calling him back. Remember, he wanted Triple H to call him back. Now he's going to wait for Drake to call him, even though it happened in a dream. And it might just happen.
Okay, Roz, your dream. Next.
I don't remember dreams, so move on.
You didn't dream about us?
No.
Oh,
no.
that's disappointing.
Even if I
sad.
no, I don't dream about you guys.
Even if he did, he wouldn't say because he doesn't want to give us that ammo.
No, hell no. That is way too personal.
So
way
guess
too
what?
personal.
Now, after all of this, we only have time for one
No,
DM.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Now, listen, it's your Deepa. It's your time. You waste it however you want.
I'm sorry. No. Okay, don't
Okay.
worry. People, we'll get to your DMs. Okay, first comment comes from Justin. Justin says, Deepa, I hope this makes it to you. I know in one of the deep dives you were horrified to learn about Roz licking his phone. I really want to see your reaction when you hear what Maury does with his boogers. Please ask him. I love this segment.
You don't know.
I don't know, and I don't know if I want to know.
Maury, just tell
But-
Deepa quickly where you generally put your boogers.
Okay.
Deepa,
Yes.
don't look under the desk.
No, no.
No, you don't.
No.
That's one of two places.
That's one, yeah. And on the tops of my underwear.
You do what?
So he picks his nose and he puts it inside the waistband of his boxer shorts.
Why?
Where else is it supposed to
Okay,
go?
stop.
No,
This is my thing with this.
Tissue.
This is why. Pause for 1 second.
What?
This is why I can't have this conversation because one, Deepa shouldn't want to know this stuff, right?
Yeah.
One, two, Maury then treats it like it's some cool thing he does and starts cracking jokes about it, where it's not that. It's gross, right? And I think that if
Completely
you're going
gross.
to do something that disgusting, you have to acknowledge it. You can't do where am I supposed to put it? Because there's a million answers to answer that question. But then
it's gross.
But
if I
then-
admit that it's gross,
No.
then I should ask myself, why am I doing it?
No, but you shouldn't say, where am I supposed to put it? Because there's a million solid answers of where you're supposed to put it, other than your underpants.
Okay, honestly, less fun of an answer is I've been doing it that way since I was a kid, so it's just force of habit.
This is the most interesting answer. That's the most interesting answer.
So gross.
So Maury's been doing this since he was a child.
Ew, you are gross. Like, absolutely gross, man.
But there's a follow-up to this, though, Deepa, which is now that we know that Maury puts his boogers on the inside of the waistband of his boxer shorts. Okay, now the question is, Maury, generally, how long do you wear the same pair of boxer shorts before you change them?
You know, the funny thing is the pair I'm wearing
Just
right
answer the question.
No, I am. The pair that I'm wearing right now,
Yes,
I've been wearing since Monday.
since Monday. So a full week. Yeah, a work week, right?
Yeah.
A work week. He's a light packer when he goes away. Right?
You'll love me.
Yes, and it's allergy season, so that nose is full. Right? Okay. So there we go. This was the most disappointing Roz Mocha DM deep dive that we've ever done. I apologize. We had nonsense talk about dumb dreams.
I'm sorry.
And where Maury hides his boogers. Okay, so again, Deepa, it's your time. Waste it any way you want.
I apologize.
So-
Sorry, guys.
Find us in the DMs. Just search for Roz Mocha. You'll find all of our DMs there. Deepa's the one that checks them, and hopefully we'll be able to get more of them.
I promise.
More of them on the next time we do this.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive.
Okay, so the first question comes from Aman, and the question is, when the show first started, were there difficult times where you guys felt like the show was not as impactful as it is today? And how do you feel knowing that thousands of lives have been touched and helped by you?
That feels great.
Yeah.
When the show first started, we literally, just had nothing. And we're just kind of given the freedom to just do the kind of show that we wanted to do. And it was just building on that, really. And do something that we both, just absolutely love and we're passionate about, and hope that people would catch on and people would want to spend their time listening to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some days where you wonder, you'd come in and do what you thought was a great show, and then you're like, God, did anybody even hear that?
Yeah.
And like that was like, what the hell am I even, working so hard for? But slowly it started to catch, and then it was like our escalation. We went from like the very bottom to like when we shot up. I think one of the times that we realized that people were loving this show was very, very early on when we started advertising for the show heavily with television commercials. And at the time we were doing we would do all these billboards, and in the subways we would have these posters, right? And we found out at the time that our posters in the subway were the most stolen ads in the history of the transit system.
Yeah.
And so in order for us to advertise this show, they made us buy way more than they made anybody else buy because they had to replace them so fast. So as every time we would put up new pictures, people would steal them.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
send us like pictures of them in their rooms and all of this other stuff, right? So I think that was the moment where we were like, oh my God, like it was really crazy. But that happened fast. Like that felt like it happened overnight. And then ever since then, then it's nonstop, just like sort of hearing the impact and the connection that you have with people. So, but yeah, at the beginning we were like, God, that was a great show. Like, but we're like, did I just I was like, did I just do a show for Mocha and Mocha just did a show for me? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Catherine and I went on the subway one time and I brought a Sharpie with me and I just started autographing them. Right?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. And I started autographing them. And then somebody sent me a picture of one of the ones they stole that I had signed.
My gosh.
Yeah. It was really cool.
I remember when I was in high school and I used to go on like high school trips and we used to take the subway. I always used to see those posters in the subway. And my mom was a chaperone on one of the trips. So I turned to my mom and I was like, did you know that Mocha is Guyanese? I am so proud. And then I took a picture beside the poster.
Did you really?
Yes. I'll see if I can find it. It's like on one of like my first cell phone. I don't know if I have it anymore, but yeah. So like the posters did actually make a huge impact. So I was one of the people that used to take pictures with your posters.
Really? How old were you then? Like you would have been like, say
grade
14 or 15?
Yeah, 14, 15 at the time. Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez, that's incredible. Yeah.
Wow.
No. So I hope that answered the question, but yeah, it's been incredible.
Yeah, that was a really good question. Okay, we're gonna divert in a completely different direction now.
Go.
This comment is from Anonymous.
Oh no.
I can't take a shower without thinking about Roz. Okay, there's more. I get in and think, wow, Roz doesn't do this. Wash his legs,
Oh no.
feet, or any other important part of his body.
Wow, the way you started off that comment was like,
I know, you're such a troll.
I thought I was going somewhere else.
Me too. That's how I read it. Like when I was reading it, I was like, oh dirty. And then I was like, oh.
No, you're such a troll. Listen, I do.
Oh, he is dirty.
Okay, no, I'm not dirty. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I don't wash my thighs. I don't wash my knees. I use one foot to wash the other foot, and then my feet get clean. Okay, that's just the way it goes.
No.
Catherine was cutting my nails the other day.
Excuse me?
What? You don't
Fingernails or toenails?
Oh, toenails.
Okay.
Okay.
Why? Are you so busy you can't cut your own
Can you
toenails?
not bend down that low?
No, I can't. She's never done it before. It's not like it's routine, right? But I do everything in either bare feet or flip-flops, right? Everything. And my toes are a mess by the end of a week and the end of a day, whatever. And I had chipped one of my toenails all the way in half down the middle. And didn't even know it, right? And I looked at Catherine and I was like, oh, look at that. And then she freaked out and was like, oh my God. And she grabbed the clippers and clipped off the pokey part that was sticking out. Yeah. Then she just started going down the row. Then she got to one of the ones, because my toenails are always painted, right?
Yeah.
Like even now, like my toenails are
nice color.
My toenails are always painted some big, fun, beautiful color. And so you can't really see what's going on. And I hurt my feet so often that I always have at least 3 black nails underneath the hot pink or whatever color nail polish I wear. And then so
It doesn't hurt?
No.
Oh.
I mean, it does at the time, but whatever. And then Catherine was going down the line and she clipped one. And as she clipped it, the whole nail half popped off.
No. Really?
Right? Yeah.
Like not the part that was grown,
no,
like
the
actual
whole thing.
Oh my
all
God.
the way,
What was underneath?
all the way down.
Was it meaty?
All the way down to the nubbin.
Yeah.
And so she freaked out and dropped the nail clippers.
Yeah.
And then Roxy got in there and pulled it off the rest of the way. Right?
The whole nail?
The whole nail. Pulled
what
it
was
off.
under there?
Pulled it off.
What does it look
So what
like?
happens is when you hurt your nail real bad, another new nail starts growing in underneath it and starts pushing that top one off.
Yeah.
So what was under there was a baby nail that wasn't fully developed yet.
Oh, it was like kind of see-through?
It's kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Probably like super soft.
Yeah, super soft. Yeah.
Wait. But did you paint the baby toenail?
About 2 minutes after it was ripped off.
No, you didn't. I knew he was going to paint it.
Yeah.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive.
So the first question comes from Roxana. Why is Ross, R-O-S-S? By the way, 50% of people call Roz Ross in the DMs.
Thanks.
I wonder if it's because of autocorrect.
It is autocorrect.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Why is Roz grossed out at spitting on his toothbrush, but he's okay with licking his sunglasses and phone to clean?
Okay.
That's a good question.
Yeah, no, I just when I hooked on my toothbrush, so just to bring people up to speed, what happened was I was brushing my teeth, right? And then I was rinsing my toothbrush in the sink, and then as I spit all the stuff that was in my mouth into the sink. I missed and I horked everything right back onto the end of my toothbrush. And I thought, and now I need to throw this away. But then I was like, but this was literally just in my mouth, mixing around with all of that. That's
cleaning
not
everything.
gross.
Yeah.
But as soon as it's out of my mouth and I hork everything that was in my mouth onto my toothbrush, now I'm grossed out beyond belief and I
'Cause you
want to
see
throw it in the
like,
garbage.
It's a visual.
I just think it's dirty now, right? Like now it's soiled.
So did you throw it away?
No.
Just gotta rinse it.
No, I got over that pretty quick. But it was disgusting because when you see it, it hangs off the end.
Oh
right?
gosh!
Okay.
Okay.
What came out of your mouth?
Right?
Oh my goodness!
Stop asking questions.
I was a little dehydrated. It was the first brush of the day. Okay.
But there's like follow-ups to this. So
Okay.
a ton of DMs now.
Yeah.
Like people are asking the exact same question. That is, why doesn't Roz just spit on his stuff? Like your phone, your sunglasses to clean it instead of licking it so that your tongue isn't all up on your disgusting stuff.
Like now I'm going to be the guy who spits on his phone.
What's the like, isn't that better than licking
because-
your phone?
because
But then you have
licking-
to spit on it and like you what?
Yeah,
You wipe it around with your hand and
that's
then
the-
you
or like a tissue.
First of
or
all-
wipe it
something.
off on your jeans or your shirt.
First of all, you people are gross. You guys are disgusting.
I thought it was a fair question.
Who would do that? Ugh. No, you're nasty.
no is the answer.
So no.
answer. No is the answer.
Licking all the way.
Yes.
Okay, fine, fair.
Also, I can do it discreetly.
What, licking?
Yes.
How would you do that discreetly?
Then again, mind your business.
Fine, I'll stick to my job. Okay.
Mind your business.
The next question comes from Helen. Hi, Deepa, Roz, and Mocha. Just want to say thanks for being funny and entertaining. My fiance is the biggest needle phobe. Thankfully, he just received his first COVID shot. It was great listening to your podcast to distract him and calm him from his nerves. And our next big thing is that we are getting married next month. Do you have any tips on how to calm the nerves? And were you guys nervous on your wedding day?
Was I nervous? I wasn't nervous. I was excited, maybe a little bit nervous. Just I want to make sure that the day, like there were no problems and everything was like on schedule and everything was okay. And more importantly, that my wife was happy with the way everything turned out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Catherine and I aren't married, but I was married before. Was I nervous? No, because my wedding was a much different wedding. There were 6 people at my wedding.
Really?
Like, yeah. But no, I wasn't. Was I kind of drunk? Yeah, I think I was kind of drunk.
That's probably why you don't remember being nervous.
Yeah, but I don't normally. No, I wasn't. But I've never even had those sort of moments with Catherine where I get nervous about stuff. But I'm kind of like Mocha, where in any situation that we go into, my priority just becomes making sure she's fine, right? And so that's really it. But yeah, no. I was not nervous.
So drinking is one way to get over the nerves? 'Cause
Well,
that was
drinking is the one way to get over most things, Deepa.
Oh yeah. I remember my wedding day. I had a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
Like before?
Oh yeah, like in the morning and everything.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Did you
girl.
cry when you saw Jenna walk down
Absolutely.
the aisle?
Did Mocha
did?
cry at his wedding? Mocha?
No. Not so. What we did was a first look.
Okay.
So after she got ready, after I got ready, the hotel that we were at, we met in. I went downstairs to the lobby first, and I was waiting, and then she walked in, and then I turned around and saw her.
Yeah.
There is. And I think I've told you guys this before, but there's a picture that we have, and I will never show this picture to anybody, where it looks like you just told me that somebody died because of the capture that they got.
Yeah.
My face was a mess. My face was a mess. And she's standing there looking at me, like walking over to me, like,
And this
calm the hell down.
This happened where? Where did you do your first look?
At the hotel,
But
in the
lobby?
Yeah,
Oh, I
not
couldn't-
in the lobby, like in the lobby. There's a lobby area, and then there's like a bar area, lounge.
Right.
So we were there
Alone?
alone. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It was
okay.
us.
Oh,
it
my
was me,
God.
her, the photographer.
Okay,
Two photographers.
okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Mocha was very cryy at his wedding. Very.
Even and the whole day we were together. Jen and I were together the entire day, doing all of our photos before the ceremony because
Yeah.
we had an evening ceremony, right? So we were together the entire day.
Yeah.
And at the ceremony, when she started walking down the aisle, I started crying.
Yeah. He'd been with her all day, standing in that exact same spot. She left for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Did a spin and then came back in the room and Mocha was like, "Oh my God!"
Yeah. I was like, it's happening. It's my wedding day.
Yeah, it was awesome. Mocha, the whole time they were standing there looking at each other during the ceremony. Mocha kept like, you know when you're fighting tears, so you put your head all the way back and you just start like blinking like constantly. That's what Mocha was doing, standing there holding Jenna's hands.
I got that on video too.
Yeah. It was really sweet.
But it's like, you just start remembering everything in that moment, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Like when you first started dating, all the memories you have, and you're like, this is it. I'm
Never
marrying
mind.
this
Jen and I were
person.
watching our, during our last anniversary in November, we watched the wedding video again, and both of us started crying.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's so sweet though.
So cute.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive. You wouldn't say that to your mama, so why us?
Once again, Deepa is here, and we got a lot of DMs to get through.
Deepa, what do we got coming up in the DMs today?
So the first question is from Candace, and Candace asked, what does a typical morning look like behind the scenes for you guys? Also, love you guys.
Oh, like behind the scenes, as in before we get to work?
Maybe a bit of
Or
both.
like when we're not talking is what I think people generally want to know when they say behind the scenes.
Oh, there's a lot
It's
happening.
busy. Yeah, it's just. I think that the best and sort of most honest way to say is that it's just busy. Like there's no sitting around. It's not very loud in here. There's not a whole lot of talking. Oftentimes, everybody in this room individually is just doing the thing that they need to do before we then go back on the radio. So I think that the shocking thing, like if people do come in here, I think that the one thing that they notice of the room when we're not on the radio is just how quiet it is in here.
And we're not like talking to each other either.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
And if we are,
no.
it's about like, just mentioning something about maybe like we're coming up in a couple of minutes
Yeah.
or
Need
we're going
this,
to talk
got
about
it.
this.
Did you
or-
get that? Yeah.
Wow.
It's all show stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I actually thought it would be the opposite, and I feel like a lot of people feel that way. Is like as soon as you're off, like if you're not live, you guys are just chatting up,
No.
telling jokes,
No.
talking
Hanging
about
out.
the fam.
No, I will say this: like, if somebody wants to know what it's like behind the scenes here, there have been 1,000 times where somebody will say something that is funny, or you get onto something, or somebody has just a one-off comment where that thing that somebody says, if somebody says something that we know would be better on the radio, we all just collectively, without saying anything, shut up, and conversations end in mid-sentence because we all realize that this is not a conversation which should be having in private.
Yeah.
This is something that needs to be exposed. And so we'll all shut up at the exact same time. And then 2 seconds later, as soon as the microphones go on, we'll just do that whole thing, right, on the radio. So
We'll
that
just
people
start talking about it,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
so people can hear it, right?
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of stuff on the show that is completely planned and meticulously thought out, but then there's a lot of stuff. There's just so much stuff that is like comedy gold that happens and is decided 30 seconds before we go on the radio.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So before you guys start the show, I assume you have like a prep meeting.
No.
Like, do you?
No.
Really?
No.
No, we just turn on the mic.
Everybody's job at this level is to come in ready to go, prepared.
Yeah.
Wow.
So as soon
No
as we turn on the
excuses.
microphone, we know like somebody's going to speak and somebody's going to have something to say or going to have a topic.
Yeah.
And it's just go.
Wow. Okay, I learned something. I didn't even know that. Well, there you go, Candace. There's your answer.
He's just like so disappointed.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it'd be much more
I know.
interesting.
We got like what do you call it? We got like like a big
flowcharts
whiteboard
and-
in here that
Which,
we're
don't get
writing
me
stuff
wrong, I
on.
think that we could probably use from time to time. I stopped asking for a whiteboard years ago. Is the only reason why we don't have a whiteboard in here.
Okay, so the next comment comes from Hannah. So she sent in a meme and she said, major Roz vibes, okay? So the meme reads, my dad is obsessed with grass and cutting grass and talking about how much better the grass looks. I wanted to eat dinner, but it might rain, so he has to cut the grass. I suggested cutting it tomorrow. Terrible suggestion if you're wondering. Grass waits for no one. I actually died when I read this. I was like, I can see the take wrong.
Okay, it's true,
You can't say nothing about it.
right? I can't hate on that. I can't
That's
hate on
facts
that.
on facts
Oh
on
my
facts.
Exactly.
goodness.
Yeah. That's like I would like that to me. That's the kind of advice that you pay for. So for giving it like
Sorry.
giving it. Why do I even try? Right? Why do we even try? Yes, this is one meme that I'm happy to be tied to. I have no problem being tied to a dad who mows the lawn meme. Right? I'm fine with that. And the grass does wait for no man. Right? Grass waits for no man.
How often do you mow?
If I could,
Yeah.
like realistically, every single day if I
No,
could.
really?
Every day?
Every day. If I
That's
could,
too much?
if I could
That's
every day.
tiring.
Like if I have a weekend where it's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then say if I also get like a Monday kind
Yeah.
of thing and it's beautiful all days, I will mow every single day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But if the grass doesn't grow like
Oh yes, it does.
No, in a day?
Yes, it
at the
does.
same, and you'll mow at the same level. You're
Yeah,
not like
I will cut off a 1/16 of an inch.
really
Like what grows overnight,
Yeah.
I'll cut off the next day.
not needed.
Yeah, not needed. Get back
outta here.
down. Get back down.
Wow.
Get back down. Who do you think you are?
Stay in your place.
You stay, yes.
Man loves this grass.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I'll do that.
Wow.
I'll cut off a 1/16 of an inch, and I'll do and you know I'm dealing with like 9,000 square feet, so
Yeah.
it doesn't take 5 minutes. Like
Oh
it takes
my
me
gosh.
it takes me like a couple hours to do, right? But I'll go over the whole thing and cut off a 1/16 of an inch.
Wow.
Yeah, and then sit there and stare at it, being like, yeah.
Find us in the DMs. Deepa is checking them every single day, and we'll have this conversation again.
Roz and Mocha's DM Deep Dive.
Hello, Deepa. Welcome back. We got a lot of DMs, huh?
We do. Okay. First question. I love this question. This is also a question that I had, so I'm glad somebody asked it. It comes from Heloise or Heloise. Question for Mocha. How old were you when you got your nose pierced? And how did you decide to get it? And did your parents intentionally name you after a drink?
My parents did, yes. My nose ring, I was a little bit drunk.
No way.
Yeah, day drunk at a beach, and just like went to, there's the one place near the beach where they do tattoos and piercings, and I walked in, and my friends I was with, they were like, oh, you should go and get your nose pierced. I was like, cool. And I sat in the chair, and I don't think I know the person didn't sanitize properly.
Oh, no.
But I got the nose ring, and like a week later, it got infected.
Oh, gosh.
So I had to take the nose ring out, let everything heal. But for that 1 week, I was like, I like the way this looks. And then I went to an actual, like a real tattoo place where I knew that because the girl that did it on me, she wasn't wearing like gloves or anything. And I don't even think she used like alcohol to clean the area. So I went to an actual tattoo shop and I asked them how they did it. And they put in this particular nose ring, which is a hook. Like the one that I got at the beach on that drunken day was like a regular earring that had like a normal backing on it.
Oh, no.
Right? Whereas this one, it's like a corkscrew.
Yeah.
So they pierce it and then they like twist it into your nose.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fall out unless you like intentionally untwist it out. So after everything like cleared up and it was safe to do so again, I got the piercing, and this has been the one ever since.
So it wasn't something that you always wanted. Like you didn't grow up being like, I want a nose ring. Like you just did this on a day.
It was an in the moment.
And how old were you? How old were you?
Gosh.
20.
Oh, in your 20s.
Something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe?
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. No, it looks great.
Thanks.
I have a nose piercing too. I just don't wear my nose ring anymore. But when it gets infected, it is the worst, most disgusting, painful thing because like it depends on like what's getting into the piercing itself. Like
I assume it's just like dirt and stuff,
yeah,
right?
like when I first got it, I was 16. For my 16th birthday, I got my nose ring. And I was so obsessed with like colorful clothing at the time. And I would change the ring every time I wore a different color shirt. So I got a pack of colorful like stones, like different, it was the same one like yours, the corkscrew one, which is very painful to take out and put in. So every day I would change it to match my outfit. So when I went to school, I'd be like, oh, my nose ring matches my outfit.
So is the hole still there?
Yeah, the hole's still there. And
okay.
there's a permanent scar there now because of how damaged it was because I didn't wait for it to heal. And it would fill with like pus.
Okay.
And I would just have to like pull out my nose ring through the pus. And it would just ooze out. And I would be like, oh, my nose.
You ever had your nipple pierced?
No.
You don't know pus.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Wait,
gross.
what?
So
Do you
gross.
have your nipple
I
pierced?
had for years, yeah.
And?
Yeah, and then when you take the ring out, what you do,
Oh
the
God,
move
I'm already
was
like,
What do you do? What do you do?
The
Tell
move,
me.
the move was.
Don't tell me.
So
Don't
you
tell me.
put
Don't
your
tell me.
thumb
Tell me.
on one side of the hole, and
Yeah.
then you put your index finger, and your middle finger on it, and you squeeze it like you're you're pushing like the end of a needle, right? So your nipple is here. You put your thumb here, your fingers here, and then you squish this part through, and it all shoots out the other end like a little worm. Right? It all shoots out the other end like a little worm. Like a little worm.
Drink some water, buddy.
And there is not one person that has ever had their nipple pierced that when that little thing winds up on your hand when you finally cleaned your nipple hole, that you then don't put it up to your nose to figure out what it smells like.
No, you did not. You did.
And anybody who's ever had a nipple pierce will tell you it is one of the most foul smelling things you'll ever smell.
Ow! Oh my gosh!
It's so disgusted. You'd be okay? What'd you say?
I hate Roz.
You hate me. You hate me. Yeah.
Oh, gross. Okay, next. Let's keep the conversation going.
I have one last thing.
What?
Okay, when you first get it and you're wearing shirts, like, doesn't that hurt because it's moving all the time, right?
Yes, it does. Also, when you get it caught on a string on a towel when
Oh
you're
my
drying,
God!
when you're drying yourself, that was never the good one. Sometimes also when you wear a backpack, right, and then the backpack straps go just on the other side, but slowly as you're walking, the backpack strap starts to sort of like shift and move in, and sometimes the nipple ring would get hooked on like the other side of the backpack strap, so your backpack strap was actually trying to like slice the nipple ring out of you.
I literally have to hold my nipples right now.
As you're walking.
Okay, thanks for clarifying. I shouldn't have asked that.
No.
When I met Catherine, she had the back of her neck pierced.
Wait, where is this coming from?
Yeah, I just remembered that. Catherine had the back of her neck pierced, and I didn't know, and like right through the skin, a barbell, right through the skin of the back of her neck. And I remember the first time we were making out, and I just reached my hand around, and like my baby finger touched it.
Yeah.
And I almost threw up as I was kissing her because it was like so
weird, right?
It was so foreign, like it was
soft,
just
rubbery.
weird. But I hit the bar, like I hit the big long.
You had to stop
the
making
big
out.
longs. I had to stop making out. Yeah, and I didn't know what was going on. But yeah, my finger flicked it.
Yeah.
And to me, when you pierce something that doesn't protrude, it's weird, right? It's like when somebody gets one just like in the middle of their chest. I'm like, it doesn't look right. That's what the back of this was like, where it was just flat skin and it had just like two big metal balls.
At the sides, right?
with a bar going underneath her skin. Right, and I touched it with my baby finger, and I flicked it with it, and I almost,
Does she still have it?
No, she got rid of that fast.
You're like, I can't make out with you unless.
But we did both have our nipples pierced at the same time.
Did they ever get caught? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Okay, next.
TMI. Oh God, I'm just visualizing all sorts of things that I don't want to be visualizing.
Why don't we pack this one in then? Why don't we just call it right now before poor Shem throws up?
Yeah, we're gonna have to say whatever this one is, Deepa. We're gonna have to save this for the next DM deep dive.
Yeah.
Find us in the DMs, ask your questions, and leave your comments. All right.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.